In this lecture, we are going to discuss the clinical manifestations of the herpes simplex virus type 2. Before discussing the manifestation, you should have to know that the herpes simplex virus type 2 forms lesion at the lower part of the body, specifically at the genitalia. And you should also know the three most important stages of the herpes simplex virus. First is the primary stage, in which the person will get the herpes simplex virus type 2 for first time and cause the primary infection. Second is the latency stage, in which you will see the virus become inactivated in the neuron, specifically at the lumbar and the sacral ganglia in case of type 2 virus. And when the virus become activated from the inactive state, then it will be the recurrent state. So here are basically the three most important stages: primary, latent, and the recurrent. Okay, first manifestation will be the genital herpes, in which you will see the vesicular lesions at the genitalia, both in male and the female, and you can also see the vesicular lesions at the anal part as well. Okay, important thing which you have to remember, that in majority cases you will see the asymptomatic stage. There will be the no lesions in case of asymptomatic persons. But the question is, how can we know that the person has been affected by the herpes simplex virus type 2? We can detect the antibodies against the herpes simplex virus type 2. So, on the basis of the presence of the antibodies, we can say that the person has been affected by the herpes simplex virus type 2, but there is no symptoms in him or her. Okay. And important thing about the asymptomatic person also, that the asymptomatic person can shed the virus as well. So asymptomatic person can be the source of transmission of the virus type 2 from one person to another. Okay. Next, you will see the vesicular lesions at the genital part. In case of male, you will see the penis, and in case of female, you will see the vagina. Okay. Both in case of male and female. Okay. Next is the primary infection is more severe as compared to the recurrent form. This is the important thing, because in the primary stage you will see the lot of productions of the virus, and in the recurrent you will never see the lot of productions of the virus in the body. Okay, that is the important thing. And after the primary infection, you will see the productions of the antibodies IgG. That is helpful in case of recurrent stage. Okay. Next is the oral genital contact. You will see the genital herpes caused by the herpes simplex virus type 2. Okay. That is the important thing. Herpes simplex virus type 2 cause the genital herpes. But herpes simplex virus type 1 can also cause the genital herpes due to the contact with the genitalia in case of oral sex. So in case of, there are two types of the oral sex, fellatio and cunnilingus. In fellatio, when the mouth is touched to the male penis, then as a result, herpes simplex virus type 1 can transmit to the penis and cause the herpes simplex virus in case of male. And in cunnilingus, when the mouth is touched to the vagina, then as a result you will see the herpes simplex virus type 1 from the mouth can transmit to the vagina as well and cause the genital herpes, because the type 1 is actually present in the saliva and type 2 is actually present at the genitalia. So it's normally cause the genital herpes, but one can also cause due to the touching of the mouth to the penis in case of male and the vagina in case of female due to the oral sex. Okay. And important thing, recurrence. In case of recurrence, you will see the herpes simplex virus type 2. You will see the 4 to 5 time recurrences per year. In 1 year, you will see the 4 to 5 time recurrence in case of herpes simplex virus type 2. But in case of herpes simplex virus type 1, you will see the 1 recurrence per year. It means that herpes simplex virus type 2 is more severe and more dangerous as compared to the herpes simplex virus type 1. Okay. Next symptom is the neonatal herpes. Neonate can also get the herpes simplex virus type 2. How? During the pregnancy. During the pregnancy, the herpes simplex virus type 2 can transmit from mother to the fetus, specifically during the third trimester. That is the important thing. You can see the transfer of the herpes simplex virus type 2 from mother to the fetus, and as a result you will see the neonatal herpes. Okay. Next is the birth. So during the birth, neonate can also get the herpes simplex virus when the baby passes through the birth canal. So you can also see at the birth canal, you will see the vesicular lesions may be present or may not be present. Means that asymptomatic state. Vesicles can be present or cannot be present. In both situations, you can see the virus can be transmitted to the neonate, because in asymptomatic state you can also see the shedding of the virus as well. So most important thing for the prevention of the neonatal infection will be the cesarean section. During the cesarean section, the baby will not pass through the birth canal, but it will move outside directly through the uterus. Okay. Next is the what will be the manifestations in the neonatal infections. You will see the asymptomatic. There will be no symptoms in the baby as well. That will be the asymptomatic state, but the baby can have virus in him. Second is the local lesions. Local lesions can be present at the skin, in the eyes, and in the mouth. Okay, vesicular lesions. Encephalitis, you will see the infections of the brain. Next is the, if the mother get the primary infection, then it will be more dangerous for the neonate as compared to the recurrence. Why? As we have discussed, in the primary stage, you will see the more productions of the virus. And more productions of the virus means more transfer of the virus towards the neonate. Okay. And other important thing, in the recurrence stage, you will see the productions of the IgG. Okay. And IgG can easily cross the placenta that will protect the fetus from the herpes simplex virus type 2. That is the important thing. It means that primary is more dangerous than the recurrence one. Okay. Next is the meningitis caused by the asymptomatic meningitis caused by the herpes simplex virus type 2. So basically, you will see the brain and the spinal cord. Spinal cord. That is our central nervous system. And you will see around the brain and the spinal cord, you will see the three layers, or which is also known as the meninges. That will be the pad, pia mater, arachnoid mater, and the dura mater. So these are the three layers that actually surround the brain and the spinal cord. And outside you will see the presence of the CSF. CSF surround both the brain and the spinal cord. Here is the CSF. Meningitis is basically the infections of the meninges, brain and the spinal cord layers. And in the meningitis, you will see the different symptoms like the headache, vomiting, stiff neck, and the altered mental status. So here is the meningitis caused by the herpes simplex virus type 2. But you will never see the positive culture, because bacteria can also cause the meningitis, but this is actually caused by the virus. Okay. Next is the erythema multiforme, that is the rash. In this rash, you will see the central area will be red, then you will see the normal skin, and outside you will also see the red skin. That is actually the target shape, target, or you can say bull's eye shape lesion. Okay. And it is considered that the erythema multiforme is actually caused by the immune reactions. Okay. Due to the immune reaction against the herpes simplex virus type 2, and it can also be caused by the type 1 as well. And ultimately you will see the erythema multiforme rash on the trunk, feet and the hand. So this is all about the clinical manifestations of the herpes simplex virus type 2. If you still have any question, you may ask in the comment section. Thank you so much.